And all this comes down to is an image. They had a sign, which I'll never forget, and I just saw it when I read it. It says, we're happy with people who come in, and even we're happy with people when they go out. Isn't that slick? And then, so it's two-sided, meaning they're not saying who and they're not saying why. And this, oh my God, dude. Got all us in one big bunch and bit. The venom of them from one bite went through 500 people wrapped up. It would kill every one of them. One thing that I find really interesting with vegetarians is their craving for having vegetables. If they could have a whole garden at their disposal and have it not be taken out. There's a few things that I don't like, and breaking the rules is one of them. Yeah, sorry, I gotta do better cardio. That hill just got the wind. Competition going all the way. So I was trying to teach a kid today what a dragon was, and then he didn't know how to speak, so clearly it was difficult. And then he the whole time was wearing dragon slippers, and I was like, oh my God. So like I was just trying to explain to him how like his slipper has like this red thing on it, and I was like, that's not his tongue because it was actually fire, it was red. And so I was trying to show him how dragons breathe fire. But it's just so interesting because his tongue did look a lot like fire because it was red, but then it just had like orange on top of it, and I knew it was a flame. So I was trying to explain how like if it was sticking out would be red, but that wasn't what it was on the slipper. It was actually fire. And then he pulled up his Pikachu blanket, and I tried explaining how that's just a yellow mouse, and this yellow mouse has lightning that comes out of like its cheeks, the same as the dragon being a lizard with fire out of his mouth. And the kid obviously doesn't know how to talk, but he did know his fucking animal blanket Pikachu right after he found out about his dragon having slippers with a fire coming out of his mouth. So how bright is the laser though? It would be like bigger than this light, but look at how much this light is attracting all the bugs, because it's actually that bright. So how many pixels are inside of this light bulb? It's probably like 3 light bulbs. It's probably like 3 light bulbs that make up the entire pixel screen. But you've got 2 of these light bulbs or 3 of them. So that's like how many pixels in that light bulb compared to how many pixels in that giant screen to make up the laser light. I think it's a laser will, how light it is somewhere in the ballpark of all those pixels if you actually measured them out. And I don't even know if a pixel is on a light bulb. I was just saying that those lights together seem like the same brightness as the screen if you condensed it down to the size of those light bulbs. You'd need 3. And I always talk to police because I like to be on the same level with them that nothing's wrong, because I've had them called on me for just kicking something on the ground, and they want me to talk to them. So I usually try and talk to them when they're not around me, but they're already on the other side of the street. And unless I want to hop the fence to go over and talk to cops, I'd rather just go straight, because that's my only option, because I'm not jumping the fence to go talk to cops for no reason. Even though I did see a sheriff, and that's why I came down here, because I wanted him to like tell me what was happening. You know what I'm saying? I was trying to call him out. That's what I was doing first while I'm even down here. But he's not clearly made a different turn. He had a white car. He said sheriff, but he's not down there. The cop's too far away. This is where the mission ends. And they just said it is a $300 prize if you can make this bike into a laser wheel, where this entire thing would have to be one sheet equal to as many pixels on that screen, but weigh absolutely nothing. So it would be an entire laser on the wheel. So $300 prize where I can make a laser wheel that size with that many pixels on the screen, equivalent to that many things in the laser wheel. It would be less like pixels that are on this rock. It's actually like an X amount of sandstone on the pieces of sand making up this rock. This isn't a rock, it's cement. but the number of particles on the cement that make it rock like a sandstone. This is just sand and it's hardened as a rock, but the rock is concrete. So as many pieces of sand are on top of that stone, which is concrete, are less than as many pixels that are on the screen of the TV. And so the pixels, like if you condense that entire screen down into the size of the wheel, like that would be a really bright light if it was using that many pixels. And that's why in Mortal Kombat there's this one person, his name is Sub-Zero, 6 foot, 7-inch ninja, and he's ripped, and so he weighs like 200 pounds. So he can jump backwards and get that same figure, a humanoid version of himself as ice. Just as like Medusa can turn people into stone, and the Silver Surfer, his body is all silver. So when Sub-Zero he jumps backwards, it doesn't make his body all silver, it makes his whole body. So I've lived here 10 years and I've never seen this before, and so usually a parade is on if they ever shut down this main road, and they'll bring like wheels of like people in the wheel and they'll go down this road, but they won't have it blocked off with gates. So I just thought maybe it's the first time I've seen this in 10 years, if there were zombies on this main road, I would not go past this barricade and I would run this way. But basically how scary movies start. And the zombies come and the only people who survive are the ones on the planes. And that's why when you're taxed for something by someone above you, if you're having better things like diamonds and gold that are meaningful to the practice that they're doing, finding a middle ground between you and them to trade gold or diamonds is more preferable than you going to jail for stuff that they don't like you doing. It's just you don't have a say because the police are going to bring you to a kangaroo court if you're a high enough profile. So when it comes to taxes, there's credit, and you can have good credit, and then insurance. Like when someone says bought and paid for, what does that even mean? If you bought it, isn't it already paid for? Are they saying that there's like bought and paid for if there's like two different systems of insurance? If there's like car insurance and then there's like different things, like how many different things would there be of car insurance?